Hello, my name is Bill Haley. I'm the founder and CEO of Haley2024 The Movement. I started this movement back in 2013, and by the year 2024, I would love to have these government reform ideas implemented in a significant way. This is about changing the foundation of government in a more liberty and free enterprise direction. Haley2024 is a nonprofit 501c3 organization, so I do have my tax exempt status, and it is educational on public policy. My big idea, competitive governing agencies. About a dozen competitive governing agencies where everyone, every organization, every business, every entity has to pick a governing agency to govern them. So it's a very unique idea. And I propose that most regulations, programs, and laws only affect those within each chosen governing agency. So again, a very unique idea there. The governing agencies are going to be called competitive regulatory agencies. They are the bureaucrats, they are the lawmakers, they have executive, legislative, and judicial powers. So it's a very interesting idea here. I also propose that we separate all government power into 30 sectors. So on the state level, federal level, and local level, we're going to separate all government power into 30 sectors and have a full, complete CRA, competitive regulatory system, in each of the sectors. So education has a separate sector from the military and from the police and from banking and from healthcare. So I break it down to 30. So we're going to go over all 30 real quick and talk a little bit about each one. The charity system. So we're going to take all government welfare and we're going to stop that, and we're going to transition over to a charity system very responsibly. So the three in the charity system are going to be charities, the funding of charities called charitable distribution associations, and the charity assessor organizations are the case managers. Family law is just family law, but that's always the first line of helping the poor. Religion has always been a part of helping the poor, so it's in this section, but religion never gets regulated. It only is there for organizational purposes and to help fight for religious liberties. Now, on the federal level, we have foreign protection system. That's mainly what the federal level is going to do. Where we have our diplomats is a separate sector from the commander-in-chief. The commander-in-chief is a separate sector from the military corporations, which we go dramatically into a free enterprise direction. Sorry. The military capability system is a very unique way of funding the military, and it helps with the free enterprise direction. Military Authorization Agency is a separate sector, and that's a checks and balance sector to help make sure the military does not ever go out of control because it has such immense power. The Violent Crime Mitigation System. We go into a very much free enterprise and competitive regulatory system in each one of these. Now the violent crime, that's a definition of violent crime. That does have to be across the board the same. But police will go into private police to a very large degree. It all has a funding mechanism, so we do go through all that. Law enforcement authorization, anybody that has inherent government power, such as the police, the judges, the prosecutors, prison guards, and different things, will have to have authorization from the society, and that's through the sector of law enforcement authorization. We have the court system, which is the judicial authorities, and then we have prisons and corrections, again, going in a very free market way. 5 more sectors. Healthcare is split between 2 sectors, pharmaceuticals and non-pharmaceuticals. Financial, we have banking and non-banking, and then insurance has another sector. A couple more sectors would be food, education, and manufacturing. Okay, then let's go to the next sector. That is our taxing sector. Human resources and sales, that deals with labor law and retail sales. So it's ideal for income tax and also sales tax. It's a good time to tell you right now that we take taxes from all 3 levels of government from roughly 38% of GDP down to about 10% of GDP. But we still need to collect taxes, And this sector will collect taxes, probably about 75% of the taxes through income tax and sales tax. The next sector is a unique sector. It's about identity. So whether you're a business, whether you're an individual, whether you are a citizen, what you own, what you don't own, there's a lot to that. So I take that out and give it governmental power, and with its own separate, distinct leadership. Environmental regulations, work safety regulations, transportation, media, land and water. All these go in a very free market way. The land and water also does real estate tax, so that will be part of it. That's one way you pay for some police. You pay for some of your military with that. So across the board, that is going to be part of the funding mechanism. Whenever we have a competitive regulatory system, it helps to have a rating system made up of roughly a dozen rating agencies, and that is there to give consumers and every citizen high quality information so they can make good decisions, and that's going to push up standards and make the competitive regulatory system work much better. Monetary policy, so we're going to get rid of fiat currency. We're going to go with the competitive money. It's all backed up by things of real value. So it's a very unique idea with my monetary policy. Social Security and Medicare, those are both the elderly programs where it's not sustainable right now. It is leading to a lot of problems. I go into a very fast transition to a free enterprise system, personal responsibility. So I have a full transition where we do it very responsibly and we fulfill our promises. Transportation, roads, and infrastructure. The government owns a lot of this right now, or they control it through utilities. I go into a much more free enterprise way where individuals and mostly corporations selling stocks to citizens will have ownership and rights to these infrastructure and roads and other infrastructure projects. A citizen's responsibilities, I have a unique way of looking at that. It's a citizen ownership model of government. We'll get into that on a separate YouTube video. I want to use a constitutional amendment process, Article 5 of the U.S. Constitution, to create this. So I want to do everything legally. So I do have a constitutional amendment on my website. Haleynomics is just my way of looking at economics, based in freedom and liberty, part Austrian, part Chicago school. Statism organization, there lies in the heart of many the desire for socialism. For those people, we should give them socialism, but the socialism has to be enclosed within their organization, both the benefit and the taxing or contribution side. Please consider a donation to my movement. I would really appreciate it. It's very easy to find that on my website, and everything is in nice drop-down menus on my website, so there's a lot to look at. So please do not take anything that you see here and say it will not work until you really read through all the structure I create and all the ideas I have. Thank you.